Hello, welcome everybody. I am just wanting to show you my sweatshirt. It says mind training. One of my students had one of these. It was part of their Zen Buddhist monastery. I complimented it, and then next thing I know, it was a Christmas present for me. It was a very nice thing, and I do really enjoy teaching yoga while wearing that shirt because I do believe that a lot of what we're doing is a training of the mind. Um, Today, we are going to be doing Vinyasa, which is an active practice, hence me not wearing my sweatshirt because I don't want to get too sweaty. We are going to be focusing on doing some calisthenic core work, which isn't actually real yoga. But as I said to one of my students earlier this week, other than meditation, at some point, nothing was real yoga. It was all an adaptation. So there's stuff that's more original, but nothing is the original other than meditation, which is why I try and add little bits of that to my classes to get you slowly used to it. However, I think it's nice to do some core workouts to warm up, and they do help with being well prepared for things that are more traditional yoga, even though, like I said, at some point everything was untraditional. So adaptation is a part of what brought us here today. Let's go ahead and begin reclined. Lay down and just take a little bit of time to breathe and do a little body scan. And also, as you breathe, check where the mind and emotions are and try and check that with objectivity. And keep breathing. Breathe a little deeper. And go ahead and bring the legs together. Point the right foot, lift, and flex the foot and lower. Point the left foot and lift, flex the foot and lower, and continue. And when you're ready, lifting the right leg and switching sides. We're scissoring now. So you want to pass through the half position, which builds the maximum strength. If you need to stay with the first method, which is much easier, though still strengthening, that's totally fine. Remember, the goal is to breathe and do what works for your body. And when you're done, release with the left leg and catch your breath. That's very strengthening. It strengthens the abs, but it gets the hip flexor muscle group, so the trunk, the upper legs, which is part of the core, get stronger. We can go ahead and take a butterfly just to let the hips rest after working. And you can butterfly the arms overhead or breathe into the hands. And hold for a couple more rounds here. And knees to chest. And if you like, gently roll around on the back. And then feet together, extend the legs and bend back in and repeat. Now, if your low back feels overarched, you can leave the legs high. Otherwise, legs extend to the floor and bend back in. You're not holding with the hands. So you do come to knees to chest, but like a hands-free knees to chest, and then re-extend. And then knees to chest. And then legs vertical. And then take 5 counts to lower, really steady. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just notice how moving gradually really worked your core. That was good. And we're going to go ahead and take the hands behind the head. Take the right elbow to the left knee, switch sides, and continue with this bicycling motion, which is good for the lateral core. And when you're done with both sides, relax. Have the feet to the ground. Widen the feet. Bend the knees in. And let the backs of the hips stretch. Deep breath. And bring the feet closer together. Knees to chest. And extend the legs. Now we're going to lower and lift 5 times. You may want to put something under the hips like a cushion or just your hands, especially if your tailbone hurts with the pressure on the ground. Nice smooth movement to build great strength. And knees to chest. And come on up. Switch into hands and knees, and let's roll out the spine. And downward dog. And then dog to cat, rounding as you lower, and then lengthening to neutral. Do a couple more of those. And then some little bows where you hug the arms in, like gentle push-ups. The squeezing into the arms is very key, very important for eventually doing chaturanga pose. And we'll take a little child. Just rest, breathe. And come on up to sitting or kneeling. Big step up with the right foot. Right hand on the knee. Take a nice twist. And come on down. Warrior one. And then touch down and lift. Touch down and lift. Touch down, lift. And rotated raised runner. So come on down and center the heel. Twist. Deep breath. And come on down. Spin to the side and bend the left knee. Then the right. Come back to center. Then both knees come up. Open the right foot. Take warrior two. Warrior lift. Side angle. Back to warrior two. Stretch the wrists. Come on down. Runner's pose. Runner with the hands down or up on the knee or arms up. Transition to face down or hover. Take cobra or up dog. Use the core. Push back to downward dog. And breathe. Knees down. And let's go ahead and take a little child. Come on up to sitting or kneeling, and a big step up with the left foot. Left foot steps up, knee above the ankle, hold the knee, twist, open the shoulders, deep, deep breath. Come on down. And come on up. Warrior one, and then several times touching near the heel and lifting with the core. And come on down, center the back heel, and take that nice twist. Back leg strong. And then come on down. Come to the side and glide side to side. Come back to center, big bend to the knees. Come on up, open the left foot, turn the back foot in, and take warrior two. Neutral lift, abs in, side angle, back to warrior two, stretch the wrists. Come on down, and then either take basic runner, a little bit of a lift, or extend the arms for the exalted runner, or Anjaneya Asana. Transition, either chaturanga or face down. Take cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And child's pose. Come on up. Big step up, warrior one, right foot. And again, touching the heel and lifting, drawing into the core. Now holding and breathing. Exhale. Vinyasa. Remember, you can always skip the vinyasa. In fact, you definitely should if you're not flowing with smooth breath. And again, little child's pose. Come on up, sitting or kneeling. Big step up. Left foot. Warrior one. With the squaring action in the hips for strength and stretching. And touching near the heel several times. And then holding. And taking the flow. And back to down dog. And when you're ready, go ahead and turn. And then walk or hop the feet apart. Deep breath. Bend in the knees. Come on up. And opening up the right foot and turning the back foot in. Warrior two. Knees open, arms up. Breathing. And arms and legs relax. Turn the back foot in. Open the left foot. Spreading the toes. Warrior two. And arms and legs relax. Center the feet, hinge on down, glide side to side. Come back to center. And when you're ready, walk or take a little hop into a crow squat or malasana. So some students will just want to hold the squat, or some students might want to modify and do a different hip opener. Otherwise, we're going to do the crow. We take the hands down, and you can do the tiptoe crow, as I call it, or have the feet together. Squeeze the core. Breathe. And come on down. Gently sit down and hold the feet. Lean back a bit. You may want to just lift a little and balance a little bit, or do a little more of a squat, or do a full Upavishta Konasana, really lifting the chest and breathing deep. And releasing. Let's switch back to hands and knees. Transition to face down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Chin to chest, inhale, roll the cobra. Exhale, lower. Use the core and lift. Downward dog. Take a plank, top of the push-up. Left arm up, side plank. You could do kickstand or knee down, otherwise stack the legs. Come down and do a push-up, or just hold plank. Other side, side plank. Really lift out of that left shoulder. Use the glutes as well as the thighs. Come down without rushing and do a nice slow push-up. And then take the downward facing dog. And either stay here or move through a nice up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right foot steps up. Come on up. Have the knee above the ankle. Crescent lunge. And then downward dog. Left foot steps up. Crescent lunge. This is a great strengthening pose, also stretching the hip flexors. Let's go ahead and switch sides one more time. Use the core to step with a lot of control. Come on up, crescent lunge. 3 times, touch near the heel or brace the thigh. And hold. Deep breath, nice strong back leg. Very good. Move through the flow. Either cobra or an up dog. Slow flow, left foot up. Crescent lunge. Sit low and stand tall. Center the back heel, breathe deep. And then if you like, touch near the heel or brace the thigh. This is harder than doing this in Warrior One. It takes more balance in the crescent. You do those 3 movements, and then holding, strengthening, stretching, breathing. And then adding the nice flow sequence. Down dog. And child's pose. Let's come on up to sitting. If you don't feel good sitting on the heels, do a different seat, but do take a nice deep seated twist and breathe. Other side. Come back to center. Elbows down, legs back. Drop the hips, firm the legs. And from the elbow plank, we'll take a sphinx. And deep breath. If you like, lengthen the arms, go really open in the chest. We're moving into the back bend portion of class. Now, if you're very sensitive to back bends, you may want to just do them very moderately, or you could switch to a cool down practice and end practicing with the video now. And come on down, back to the normal sphinx. I do recommend using the whole videos, but I also encourage you, if you know it's best for you, use portions of videos and skip certain things that hurt your body. And then we're going to come all the way down. Now take a boat where you lift the legs and chest, arms back, opening up in that chest. Things like sphinx and boat, or this is called locust also, boat in other traditions. These things tend to be pretty accessible. They open you a little bit, they strengthen you. They don't overdo the body. Come on down, switch to plank. When you're doing plank in between extensions of the spine is good for balancing, especially if you have a nice flat back or rounded back slightly to engage more of the front core. And then let's go ahead and switch to elbow plank. Legs way back, hips down, not too low, but definitely as low as the shoulders. Push into the arms, lift up the shoulders, firm the legs. And the sphinx again. Tuck the chin, but keep lifting out of the shoulders. See how that works for you. And then renew the lift of the chest, let the head follow. Reach back through the feet and breathe deep. And come on down. Now, take locust again. And come on down. Inhale, cobra, using the arms, but just a little bit. The elbows stay bent. Hold. Exhale, lower. Now, if you felt that that was tight, try the hands wider. And if you want to bring the hands lower, because you feel you could easily go deeper, let's do another cobra. Shoulders back. You want to open the chest in this pose. I like having the hands turned out a little bit. That helps me to sort of reach the heart through the window of the arms. Keep breathing. Keep reaching back to your feet. And come on down. Then either lift to neutral or take up dog, down dog. Plank, top of push-up. Cover. And we're going to do 3 rounds of bow. Now, when we do rounds, you can always do less or more, your choice. You can also modify, like doing locust with bent knees or sphinx with bent knees is a good way to adapt to bow. Typically, the feet and legs want to go wide, but it is ideal to hug them in if you can. So hug in, lift just a bit. We know we're doing several rounds, so we don't have to go super hard the first round unless it's really feeling good. And come on down. Rest, rotate the head to the right. Come back to center. Take 1 round of locust. And then lower, bend the legs. Hold for the bow. Hug the knees in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Rotate the head to the other side. Head comes back to center, holding the ankles, hugging the knees in. Inhale, lift. Bow pose. Deep breath. Exhale, lower. Hands alongside upper shoulders. Take cobra. Exhale, release. You can lift to neutral or bring the hands to low ribs. Take up dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Knees down. Now we're going to do a sustained up dog. You could do 2 to 3 breaths, or if it feels good, do a whole 5 breaths. So either lower and lift from the ground or kind of roll into it. Lift the thighs. Up dog. Rhythmic breathing. Chest lifting, opening. One more breath. When ready, down dog. And wag the dog a bit
to stretch the side body, loosen up the back muscles and lower back discs. Very good. Switch to a sitting position, any seated pose that you like, and we're going to add that twist again. Work a nice deep twist in and breathe. Very good for the spine to combine those twists and back bends. Very good for the nervous system as well. Do the other side. Back bends are nice and stimulating. Twists are calming, so enjoy that balance. Stimulating the body, the heat, the blood flow, and then soothing and calming the nervous system, the mind, and the emotions with the breath. Come back to center. Next, we're going to set up for the Camel Pose. So we want the legs to be wide. If it hurts the knees to sit between the heels, then you could be lifted a bit. We're just here temporarily. And holding the heels and lifting. Use the strength of the thighs to lift. And then expand in the belly. Open in the chest. Really lift the sternum. Make sure you're not overdoing the neck or the low back, but really lift the heart if it's feeling good, and breathe. And come on down. And let's go ahead and carefully make our way into a Dandasana. Hips back. Sit very tall. Arms up. Make the spine as straight as you can. If you need, you can just push into the ground. Otherwise, arms are up. Chest is lifted, but the trapezius is down a little bit. And then we're going to switch to doing a bridge pose. Some students will want to do the wheel as well. Otherwise, we can just do a couple of bridges. So start in knees to chest. And remember, if you're feeling like you need some rest, always take rest. Otherwise, lower the feet kind of close to the heels kind of close to the hips. Feet parallel. Lift to bridge, just the comfortable level that's working for you. And breathe. You're welcome to do 2 long bridges or even 1 or 2 bridges of any length. Eventually you can do hip openers, but if you feel warmed up enough, you can come down and then do 2 to 3 rounds of wheel. The first one I recommend doing briefly. It really just sort of shakes the rust off. So take the wheel, not trying too hard and not holding too long. Just get up into it and come down. And then the second and or third round, if you choose that, you can go a little deeper and hold a little longer. Wherever you are in your practice, whether doing multiple bridges or working towards your third wheel or resting with hip openers, stay with the breath. If you are on the wheel, maybe we'll do 1 more. When you're ready, come on down and take a butterfly stretch. And if your back feels really compressed, you could have the feet wide and the knees bending in, kind of an inverse butterfly. Otherwise, just enjoy this and soothe and calm the body mind with the breath. And knees lift and exhale. Take a light knees to chest. Let's go ahead and come on up. Draw the sitting bones back. We're going to strengthen the core to help build balance in the spine. Shavasana, deep breath. Very good. Switching to Dandasana. Also deep breath. Forward bend, not trying too hard. We just did a bunch of back bends. So we want to do this just to chill and get the mind calm and take a little compression out of the discs in the opposite direction. Can't expect too much. If you did 10 forward bends in a row, you're going to feel great in that last forward bend, most likely. If you've just done 10 back bends, a forward bend is not going to feel the best in terms of trying to go really deep. And that's why I encourage you to try not to try. Just breathe and be okay with being. Release from that stretch. Let's do another seated stretch where you have the legs in a straddle and take a lateral bend. Keep the chest open. Breathe deep into that space. Switch the sides. And when you're done with both sides, bring the legs in a little bit, but still somewhat wide. Gently massage the inner and outer thigh, roll the hip, and sit tall. Very good. Let's do the other leg. And then switch into a cross-legged position. Sitting bones back. Relax the arms on the thighs. Sit tall. Close the eyes and take 5 long, slow breaths. And when you're ready, come back to center. Switch which leg is in front. Take a big stretch with the right ear to the right shoulder. And other side. And when you're ready, let's switch to laying on the back. So, third time's the charm for doing reclined yoga. Let's go ahead. Take the feet down, extend the left leg, open the right knee. Just one of the most basic reclined poses, tree pose. We've done more complex poses, core strengthening poses, challenging movement. And now we can just relax in a nice tree. I like doing this laying in bed. Just let the hips stretch. The blankets on top of you can kind of weigh you down and stretch you a little more. But I tell people who are very, very busy, very exhausted, is just do a little bit of hip openers laying in bed. And then you've at least gotten a couple stretches in throughout the day. Doing that regularly really adds up over time. Just like each quality breath adds up over time. Let's go ahead and make a twist. So you can do a basic twist or a jackknife position or any other variable that you know. Just keep the shoulders down on both sides. Twist deep into the spine, the side of the hip. And breathe deep into the heart and lungs. Switch sides. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to do the tree. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm sorry, let's do the tree on the second side. You can optionally have the arms overhead. We'll do that and then the twist.
And then go ahead and take a twist. Nice deep twist and deep breath. And take Shavasana. Let's go ahead and deepen the breath. Gradually make your way up to a comfortable seat. Let's do a clearing breath in 3 ohms. Breathe in, open mouth, exhale. And then inhaling. Namaste. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. That was a good, invigorating practice. These classes are funded by donation. Thank you for all those who have sent their donations recently. Really helps me out a lot. If you're not able to, don't worry about it, but do subscribe, like, comment. That all helps with viewership, getting more views on these things.
Share with your friends. I post this on Facebook. If you're following me on Facebook, you can like and comment on that too. The Facebook doesn't really do a good job at sharing the algorithm with a YouTube link. Certainly not one that's not controversial and gets people arguing. Anyway, I was sweating and I've already drank one of these. This is a liter of water, and now I've got a liter of sugar-free electrolyte mix. It's a brand mix that I also added extra salt and a lime to. And I like sugar electrolyte drinks for when I'm cycling long rides. Like Scratch Labs is really good, or I have a video of a homemade one where I add maple syrup. When I'm just hanging out in the house and I don't need extra calories, I'm not climbing a hill and it's hard to eat, that's when the sugar in the bottle really helps. I like to drink the sugar-free ones. And I can't say enough about plain water as well. But I know some people, I love the taste of plain water, especially when I've been exercising. Some people say they don't like the taste of water. So do a diluted juice or something. You want to avoid caffeinated tea, coffee, alcohol, at least for hydration. You use that for enjoyment and emphasize no caffeine, little sugar, a lot of water, very diluted, and you'll be ahead of the curve. So best wishes to all, and I look forward to more good things in the near future. Ciao.